Well, I said Bud Light needs to cut the fucking check.
Cut it.
Yeah, for real. It's just I got 5-star athletes drinking Bud Lights in the off season. I feel like they need a campaign for that. What the hell was that?
Like, have you ever
an empty Bud Light.
Have you
behind the door.
ever thought about making your own beer, actually?
Hopefully one day. Like if my life,
or just open up a bar.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't know if you saw you might have seen it on social media. Our set for the final Mike Stud tour.
Yeah,
of
course I saw
was Steve
with
Sports
the,
Bar.
Of course.
We had like the stud light on.
It was
top.
really good. Foley, what up?
Yeah, Foley's a legend.
I think you brought that. I think you helped bring that to life. Otherwise, I'm just gonna aimlessly shout out Foley this whole time.
Let's do an intro. We're already rocking and rolling. But everyone, this is motherfucking Modsun.
Hello, it's the greatest day.
Give me a pound. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you
coming
and doing this.
I'm actually been very looking forward to this since you said it because I watch you do this.
I was driving back from a podcast actually in Irvine, and for whatever reason, you just popped no specific reason. You just popped into my head. I was like, Modsun needs to be on the podcast.
I think I might have planted that seed last week or 2 weeks ago when I was here.
Might have.
And we were having a really deep convo, and I think I just kind of slid that out. Like, bro, have me on the podcast.
Get me on the podcast.
Yeah, I think I slid that in there. So
see what happened? Like people come over here and they're confused because like I'll be fucked up, but like when I get fucked up, I actually like. We were talking about this. Like people say, like C and double, and this is a good conversation with you because we'll get into what you've been going through. But when I start getting like, and there's certain levels. It depends on what I'm doing. You know, if it's just drinking or smoking or whatever. You know what I mean? But like, I kind of see things when I say C and double. Like I feel like I'm seeing more. Does that make any sense? Like,
bro, I was gonna say the last like 4 times I've seen you, we had like really
heart to heart,
deep. Like intellectual conversations, you know what I'm saying? Something with like a purpose, not just like a blah blah blah. Like it was really like touching convos, and you've like reached out and done that. But I feel like when I see you fucked up, you kind of like are a little more spiritual or something. Well, like beer makes you like closer to God, maybe or something. I don't fucking know. It kind of makes sense.
This is holy water for me, man. This is my holy water. I feel hydrated.
Wine, like, so you've probably been baptized.
Honestly, man, not to be like it's sober, not now. I'm definitely on a spiritual like way.
Yeah,
you know.
But I definitely see you like get a sensation out of sharing wisdom. You know.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, man, it worked for me. So from other people sharing their wisdom, it really helped me get through something really hard. You know,
it's like paying your debt.
Yeah, and as I learned, as I learned more, you know, giving is how you get, man. Like, and if I like genuinely felt that, you know, I was reading all these DMs from these fans, and they're just like, so many people are looking for answers or feel lost or have so many things they're battling, you know? So it's like, if I could be somebody, and organically, I enjoy it. It makes me feel better about myself.
I think you've like, put more accentuation on your songs being a way to like help people and inspirational more than just like songs that could be like an easy hit or whatever. I feel like you put in your time really like
I've always tried,
because you could just drop an album of straight singles.
Yeah,
but I feel like you really spend time caring about those people that get your tattoos.
For sure.
Get that like that quote, like that's like your tombstone quote, bro. Like
that
the one that
was our song.
You know,
you brought that out of me, Steve. Crazy.
I love it.
But dude, it's we were talking about it before you got here. You might be one of the first like homies I had in music. Period.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened exactly. But we literally like it was 2013.
Yeah.
And we
and that was like when the stigma
wave
of like all like who are these like
white rappers?
Yeah, coming up. And where most of them like went to war with each other because there's like only a few slots. Like we like all
never my vibe.
We all like kind of like came together. I wanted to think of a way better word to say it, but we all came together
with our powers combined.
Yeah, literally, I'll never forget. Like, I mean, that song, like, same with Huey. Like, it really should have at that time been like, because I'll say, I'm trying to think, but like, really, people that were like doing that, the white rappers coming up then, like, weren't at all fucking with each other. Period.
I mean, dude, I don't know why I wasn't cut like that though about it. Maybe because
it's sports, bro.
Yeah, and I never saw it like I didn't see it because like it's a little different though. Since I was 12, like when did you start making music or writing poetry or doing any like the artistic stuff?
12, 13 when Hanson popped off.
Exactly. I got to fucking sneeze.
Mbop popped off and I wanted to be a drummer.
How do you get rid of a sneeze? You stare into the light, right?
I don't think you can, bro. You just let that motherfucker fly.
I think it worked.
I think the question is, can you keep your eyes open when you sneeze?
No, it's impossible.
And why are you saying sneeze instead of Steve, bro?
I just Steved. A sneeze is actually one.
That sounds so gross. I just Steve.
A sneeze is like 1/10 of an orgasm. Do you know that?
Yeah, bro. I try to get as many out as I can in a row.
Me too.
Like, and I also can't sneeze in uneven numbers. It's like a real ass thing.
Seriously?
And I'm seriously fucking allergic to girls. Like when I swear to God, when I'm like right before I'm like about to like hook up with a girl, I fucking sneeze.
Really?
It might just be time. It's not their perfume because like I wear girls' perfume. Though. It's like when I get turned on, I sneeze. I swear to God.
That's hilarious.
and yo, any girl that knows me like that will be able to vouch for that. I swear to God, yeah, it's weird.
There's been some babies. Modson's had some babies, man. You've had some illegitimate. You've had some. No, I mean we call girls babies.
Oh, you're polite.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. You've had some babes.
You're polite to women. I like that. Okay, yeah.
Yo, bro, like this. We've talked about this, right?
That was a joke, by the way. I was raised by 2 women. I'm super polite and respectful.
I know you are.
Shout out.
You definitely are. People know that. Mm-hmm. But I've never been like as much as we were. If you look back at some of the Touring's Boring, which we're about to, just to give you a little blast from the past.
Yeah. I love that.
If you look back, it's fucking racy as fuck to the point we're probably gonna take it down. So the fuckers who are listening now, go consume that ASAP.
For real.
It was a different era, but like it's super racy. I mean, I'm sure you remember some of the Touring's Boring shit. It was like slightly Girls Gone Wildish.
No, it was.
Yeah.
But like
yo, it was so organic, and the whole point was like the reason the girls are acting the way they were acting is because the vibe we had, like we weren't acting like celebrities at all. We were like the dudes at the bar,
and
like, yo, let's get drunk.
Objectively, like you probably don't see it like this, but like you were one of those dudes that was like putting on his team. All the people in this room were like coming up with you, and you like.
That was kind of my way of it, though. And it was.
So you made everybody a big like you made everyone a character that they'd want to, you know what I'm saying? You were pushing that team mentality. Like one of my favorite things right now, like whether I think everyone kind of fucks with his music, but DaBaby, like every show brings out his artist. Whether he's headlining a festival that's just him, he's gonna bring out his artist and play like 3 songs. I fucking love that mentality. I'm so on that right now. Like my boys are here with me. I'm gonna shout them out at some point. But like you were on that. You were on that. And that was before ASAP. That was before that wave of like mob mentality came back. So I don't think you probably maybe see it like that, but that's how I saw it. I think that was one of the things that really got me. Like I think the first time I met you, I like ran up to like Blue and Kilmer and was like, what up, my G's? Like it wasn't just about you.
Right, it wasn't.
Which was really, I think you were ahead of your time with that. I'm trying to really dive more into that now. Because I think there's power in numbers, but I think you pushed that. That was the most like attractive thing about what your movement was to me. That I was like, wow, that's like really fucking cool.
That warms my heart.
Yeah.
But I want to say we get back into when we met. It was 2013, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And where though? In Minnesota? You came to a show in Minnesota, right?
I think that was probably the first time.
I don't know. I couldn't. Like I sat.
The caboose. Blue Moose, Iowa.
Blue Moose is Iowa City.
Yeah, we know that. We're road dogs. But in Caboose, very close. It was Caboose, and that real shallow stage. That's like the shit is wider than it is long.
We probably played so many of the same places.
Yeah, man.
And we used to talk about the Athletes and Hippies tour, but it just never really came to fruition.
I know the hippies versus the jocks, bro. That shit was gonna be a it's never too late.
We would text about it. I remember.
It's never too
late. But I want to show you this clip real quick because you said something really cool.
I gotta see this. I can't wait. This is 2013?
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness.
Kilmer, what the fuck's going on here? We need a goddamn tech guy in here.
Kilmer!
You go to the top.
I'm out. I'm in.
Here we go.
I'm in.
Full screener.
I'm gonna full screener. That's Jimmy Tatro. That's Jimmy Tatro incoherent on Bourbon Street. Fuck, I just spilled. God damn it. Look at Modsun.
Yo. This is a trap.
Kilmer, the film
Look at Med.
Been capturing for the last couple of years is fucking historic. This motherfucker right here will live forever.
Yes. And you see Med in the background when he was living with me in Minnesota. That's Medford in the background.
I know, bro.
Like that's crazy.
How insane is that?
That's true. It's what I meant that, and like I'm glad you bring that up because I totally remember, like those were just after flip cam days of vlogs. I think you guys were also one of them that took it like professionality.
We were doing the YouTuber
the
thing a little bit before the YouTuber.
Well, yeah, and it was like, bro, I mean, like y'all took the production to it to the next level, really caring about the edits of it. Whereas like really what you see in like a vlogger now that just looks into the camera is like you cut out all the blank spots. So it's like always talking. But like y'all brought the production level a long time ago. And I mean that shit too.
Yeah,
I mean that shit.
It's really fucking like that's fucking cool.
I kind of look older then than I do now. It's
you do.
Fucked up.
Your sex appeal's going through the roof.
It's like
it's fucking flying high. I see you getting workouts in on the street corners and shit.
I know, bro. I'm really trying.
Let's get into that a little bit because really like that's why I was like, oh man, he's such a perfect guest. You've been very open about your personal journeys, which even for someone who's very much so, thank you. Very much so open with my journeys. It's probably I'd say you're the front runner in the genre of like being a musician, a rapper of a sort. I mean, there's so much ego in rap and there's so much ego in being an artist in general. I think you're like, even for me, like I'm saying, I think I do pretty well in this department. It's you're at an inspiring level of honest. And it's super obvious. Means a lot. It's super obvious though. Like you can, everyone's trying to fake that. Like someone like, yeah, and like the long, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's a day in, day out. It's not just for this caption or this moment. It's like a day in, day out journey that people who are similar to you, somewhere out in the world, they're like, yo, I could follow this shit. This shit's inspiring. You know what I mean? I think you're doing that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see, like, because I've known you so long and I've obviously seen, you know, we've just known each other for a long fucking time at this point.
I've just seen me be the opposite of all the
well, we've just seen it, like, we just to see people grow up. Like, you're probably saying the same thing about me. You know, I'm growing up a lot in a lot of ways.
You absolutely have, bro. You absolutely have.
But it's from where I'm sitting, it's just cool. Like, that's why I'm always writing to you and shit. Because I could see what's, you know.
You reach out to me. That's one of the things that the camera should know too, is Mike is like a very, very intricate with his friendships. I would say, like, he actually does care, you know.
I do.
And you have a lot of friends, and I feel like you probably look out for most of them, kind of play a big brother role. It makes sense. You have all the parties at your house. You're kind of the big brother role. Like, I feel like people look to you for advice, and when you reach out, like, my ears open up every time. I'm like,
I love that. I love that.
Thank you for saying those things. I appreciate it.
Of course.
It's so what I'm going through is I'm 106 days sober of drinking liquor and doing drugs. Yeah.
It's no easy fucking feat, guys.
Yeah. And it kind of all, none of it was something that I saw happening. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't see any of it happening. I haven't really got into why I did ever before, so maybe I should talk about that now.
Whatever you feel comfortable with, bro. It's
like what you were saying basically is like up until the last 106 days of my life, like I was living completely differently. You know what I'm saying? What I was kind of touching on before was I never really had a power in numbers or a team. Essentially, it's a very new thing for me to have like a team that's close knit and around me at all times. I was like an isolated person that would find a lot of beauty in isolation. And while I was in this whirlwind of you know, like dead ass, like I'm a very addictive personality. So why I'm able to be 106 days sober is because I'm addicted to success. I'm addicted now to being
the feeling,
to being like, I didn't fuck up. Right?
It's making yourself proud, bro. You're addicted to making yourself feel proud.
And at the same time, it's fucking awful and agonizing. And like the fact of not seeing all this coming comes from like, I took getting high, like just like my weed smoking. Like if you see how much weed I smoke, and I'm here. I don't think anyone in this room could be like, damn, you look stoned. And no one ever said that to me.
Right.
No one's ever like, bro, you look fucking high. Like I can smoke an ounce of weed a day And that's what I take it to. And if you can imagine taking that into every aspect of my life, I'd never do anything but the most of something, the absolute most. So when it comes to drugs, like I got my personal battle with drugs is not because they didn't help me or because they didn't open up a whole bunch of ideology and a whole bunch of
perspective.
Yeah, it's not that battle. The battle is I started doing drugs that, if taken to the amount that I take it to, will eventually kill me.
Right.
And I had like serious addicts around me telling me, I've never seen someone do it like you do it, right? And like a big part of that is having money, right? You know what I'm saying? Like the day I got money is the day that my life started to slowly die, right?
Crazy.
Because I was able to, you know, when you're broke and you do a bump of cocaine, like no matter how much you like it, it ain't like you're gonna fucking be able to like, I need to do coke tomorrow. I need to do coke the next day because you're broke, motherfucker.
It's not even an option
like,
in your mind.
That
really.
drug is expensive, you know? And like, let's not, I mean, there's more expensive drugs. But that one is expensive. So when I was broke, like I could have a habit with that. And it was the one thing that I could have drug-wise habit that I was like, it don't matter how much I like it. Like I can't get it. Now, alcohol, I can go fucking spend $3 and get drunk.
Yeah.
Really, you know? So like alcohol.
It's a little harder in LA, but yeah.
Yeah. But alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't turn me on because it was something so attainable, right? Like the thing with getting money and cocaine kind of went together to me. It made sense to me. I mean, all the people that I have tattooed on my arm, there's one of them that's living right now still. All of them died before I was born, and they all died from overdoses. And they were my idols since I was 5 years old, living on a farm in Minnesota. Like my dad only played the Allman Brothers, the Doors, like Jimi Hendrix, like Blase Blah, only played those. Thank you to my idol Bob Dylan for like being the one that has actually stuck out through all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I look up to that man so much because he is still alive. Like that's what really makes a hero to me right now. And that's and cool. You know, like I so long story short, I spent 10 years
fucking raging.
You know what I'm saying? And like to the point where like I'm a Wolf of Wall Street person with that drug. I work. So that's another way in my head that I'm like saying it's
rationalizing.
Okay.
Like
you know, and I'm up for like 5 days. And then another thing is like I was so consistently, because of adding that to, you know, I think anyone who's done a lot of cocaine realizes that like there's a certain point where you don't want to do it anymore. Even if you have it, you like feel disgusting and you've been up for 2 days and you're like, I need to go to bed. And the only way you think you can fall asleep is if you fucking slam a bottle of whiskey, right? Like that was the epitome of, so that's when alcohol became something, a crutch for me, was because then I was like, okay, you ain't gonna see me go out and like get blackout drunk because I'm gonna go home after all this shit closes, stay up for 8 hours doing cocaine, then I'm gonna drink an entire 175 of whiskey to my dome and fall asleep, right?
It becomes a cycle.
Oh my God. And like the amount of work that I got done was so exponential that like, again, rationalizing, like you said, like this is all good. You're good.
This is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Like this is my life, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what happens.
And then I went on, you know, what I think most people do when they go through like a hard breakup. Like I went like, you know,
bender status,
and I went on a 8-day bender where I didn't sleep for 8 days.
Wow.
I tried 2 different drugs that I've never tried before during it. And I got home to my house and I woke up on my bathroom floor, like basically almost died right there. You know, was out and I was alone. So like,
that's insane.
Yeah. So I almost, you know, did it, like really did it. And that was the first time in my life that I was like really fucking scared.
Wow.
Like really, really fucking scared.
You never forget that feeling once you feel that. Like
I was, and the only thing that I knew what to do, which is like why music and art is such a great escape, but also a great way to hold yourself to something. I made a song about
that night
giving up my drugs. You know, when I woke up, like made that song to hold me to it. And
that's so dope.
you know, slowly just started to go through the process of like being the opposite, like completely changing myself from what I started out doing, what I was doing, the only thing I'm unapologetic to the world about throughout my journey is that like it took me this long to approach the idea that there could be consequences to what I am pushing in front of your face, right? I was very fortunate enough to never ever push like hard fucking drugs in front of kids.
Right.
And in my raps, like I don't talk about hard fucking drugs. Now, if you consider like acid and mushrooms, like you classify them as that, then I'm guilty of that. But that's not the way I look at things. So, but it took me a long time to just approach that there's a whole other side to it. And and so I had to deal with being a fucking hypocrite, bro. Like being the biggest fucking hypocrite.
You feel like being a hypocrite to your following.
Just basically wanting to change everything I was.
Right. But it's a crazy feeling when you realize you've arrived there. You did it. You know
and I thought everyone was gonna leave me.
Yeah.
I thought everyone, and I was like,
it's been the opposite. It's been the opposite.
It's been the total opposite, and that's like the beauty of it. Like I was in fear. I mean, all of this it's extremely hard to in the moment be like, yep, like this is all the perfect it's exactly how it's supposed to work out. I mean, if you just look at like as an artist, like you're supposed to reinvent yourself. Well, I never had plans to. I was Mr. fucking happy. I'm the hippie in hip hop. I'm gonna fucking go and be the energy. I'm gonna eat all of your sadness. Right? Because like, who do you think are the people that listen to happy songs? Usually the sad people, right? So I'm gonna take all of their sadness from them and I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna get full on this shit, and I'm never gonna have to change.
That's so wild. It's such a great way of articulating it, because I feel like that's what you were doing.
Yeah, and I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared of it because I wasn't living in the present. Everyone every day would say, how could you be happy all the time? So simple. Don't live in the fucking moment at all. Literally think about a week from now. Think about 2 weeks from now. Think about the next time you fuck a hot girl. Think about anything you want, but don't think about right now. Oh my God, don't do that. That is off limits, right? That was my ideology.
Crazy.
That's what the first phase of being Modsun was, I guess. And like, that's why I brought people to a place that they all got questions, because if you've read The Secret or The Law of Attraction, or you follow those things, like, you know that that right there will get you so fucking far, but it will not get you past the finish line.
Jim Carrey said this shit, and you reminded me of it. He said this crazy shit, and he was like, depression is actually deep. Like, he like kind of broke it down into words like deep rest. And
I love that.
It's when your ego is so tired of faking it.
Yeah.
That you're just so like that your inside is so sad because you're just so fucking tired. You need rest. Like, and that's the way he put it. And it's like, once you realize that, fuck what anybody else is, fuck what, like, in your head, right? We were talking about this last night. Everyone's sadness or anxiety is really based off wondering or worrying what other people are thinking, or how other people are consuming them. Like, you're like, oh, you know, if you did something stupid, you're like, oh man, now everyone's gonna think I'm an idiot or whatever. You know what I mean? Everyone's so far in their own fucking head. Gary Vee says this shit all the time. Everyone in here is so far in their own fucking head. The shit that you think is a big deal, they fucking probably haven't even digested it. Probably off their plate already because they have so much shit. And for me, I started realizing that I was like, it don't really fucking matter at all. What like it gave me a lot of freedom in my thoughts. Meaning it kind of made me feel like, wow, I was making everything way more important than it is. Like, if you take the importance out of the grandeur of like your image, right? I gotta be this, it's so important. If you just take that importance and strip it of it and just kind of get back to like the core of like what makes you feel good. You know what I mean? And you do it.
I'm like able to do that for like a day every 5 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to be egoless, and like I'm super trying to like work that. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's a like, dude, it's a constant journey. My biggest journey, like, probably every day I write down like I'm trying to eliminate my ego.
Yeah, no, it's fucking,
and it's really hard, you know what I mean? But it's one of those things where I feel like once it starts to work though, once it starts to work, you feel this freedom of thought and freedom of action. I feel it because you're not taking yourself seriously, man.
Like, how does one do that, do you think? Like,
I mean, that's like, the journey. That's the journey.
How do you walk into it? Like, I'm so concerned at all times about like Like I was watching the Johnny Cash movie again today for like the millionth fucking time, and like there's a part where they're just like, that's why I'm dressed like I am today. Actually, now I just realized
You look like a fucking $1,000,000. By the way.
I look like I'm dressed like Johnny Cash because he said this in the movie. And he's like,
this is Gucci, guys.
they're like, why are you dressed in all black? And he's like, I'm always dressed for my funeral. And like I kind of like, that makes so much sense to me because like every moment to me, like every one of my, especially since I've become who I am right now and cleaned up, like every one of my posts on the internet, every one of my captions, every one of my songs right now, anything I'm giving to the world, I'm treating it literally as like that's my last fucking message to the world, right? And like
but where's that?
That adds to my ego so much too, as much as I
Yeah,
want to
where do you
take
think
away.
that comes from though? Is it fear of, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, death. Death is like all around me lately. I mean, I had this like family thing happen, I want to say like 2.5 years ago that like ingrained like the idea of death like into me, and I'm trying so hard to like break the idea of that, and like that's where my ego comes from, is because I'm so concerned about legacy, and like I feel like if I lived a day egoless, like I might fucking go out that day and like have not done shit. Cause like my ego kind of like comes along with me and makes me be like, you're fucking better than this.
Yeah.
You're fucking better than all of this.
I mean,
you gotta fucking go harder, kid. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think there's a balance because I'm not, it's not lessening the importance of what you're doing. Like when I talk about lessening your importance, it's not lessening the importance of what you're doing. I mean, dude, I feel like I'm doing the most fulfilling stuff ever when I stopped.
Dude, I know you look so fucking happy, bro.
I mean,
like you look purely fucking happy.
But dude, it wasn't
awesome.
like that. You could ask these guys.
I can
Dude,
feel it around.
It was like
you, bro.
8 months of like being down, like very down.
I know.
And you know what the crazy part is, bro? Like I was thinking about this in the shower before it came over here, actually. Like when you go through a hardship, there's different forms of hardships, right? So I went through a hardship with my arm. Like basically my first love was baseball, and I was gonna be a baseball player. You know, I was good. I was good enough too. And it just goes, right?
God, I know, man.
It just goes, and
God,
you're like,
that's in you so
you're like
hard,
turning
bro.
around. And you're just like, wait,
holy shit!
like all my roommates are now like in their second year in the pros, and I'm still like trying to get my arm back. You know what I mean? Like what happened? But what my point is, there's hardships that
changed you forever.
It did, but there's hardships that are completely out of your control. Like, I know for a fact it wasn't based off my actions. I'm not sitting there judging myself like, you fucking shouldn't have took that, shouldn't have went out and drunk drove, you know, like idiot, you know, like it just happened, right? Then there's hardships that you feel like you played a role in. So you're the fault, the blame, you know what I mean? And I went through it with Josie, bro. Like as much as it was really, I mean, God, it was so much I'm so thankful it played exactly how it is. And that's kind of where I wanted to land with you. I'm so thankful for all of it. It was really hard, but it was the first hardship I had. Like back to the baseball thing, like right away music happened. So I didn't even like, to me, it was like, oh, cool. I wouldn't say right away, but like a year and a half later, I'm like on tour from when I was just a pitcher.
Fucking natural.
I was just a pitcher like a year ago, you know? So like.
Did your parents ever, by the way, I want you to go back to where you were. Did your parents ever tell you were a natural, like when you were growing up? Did they say that word to you? Like, when you did stuff?
My mom would.
Bro, it's so fucking important. Your parents out there, like if you tell your kid that, they will think that they can be good at anything. It's so important.
That's so
dude.
true. That's so true. We'll get into all that.
Keep going.
My point was, this was I kind of flew, like life gave me this huge break. I just got into this music thing. I was, you know, so I was off to the races, you know, and I didn't really digest it or think about much of what had happened or who I was or how I saw things. So then I get into this relationship out of nowhere. I go from never having a girlfriend to having 4 years in LA, like, you know, and
real
crazy shit. And, you know, the falling out of it and how it was two people really trying, but like it just wasn't compatible. You know what I mean? It wasn't, people grow, people change, you know? And you can't blame people for changing if it's not the way you want them to change, or you want what direction you want them to grow. You know, but my point is the hardship, when you have a hardship, this was my first one where I was like I was really for the first time doubting myself a lot, doubting how I felt, doubting my actions, doubting if my feel for the situations were right or wrong, which I never did in my life. I always knew how I felt.
Right.
That was
you were
that.
like, I was the fucking man, baby.
Not even in that sense. I guess I was never this vulnerable with anyone either. You know what I mean? I was
like what? So you never had any relationships before that period,
dude. My whole life.
So you were always like, that's what I'm saying though. That's what it is. Like, bro, you were like, it was like
my whole life. I knew
wins.
It was about. I knew I was gonna be a baseball player, but it wasn't really about baseball. I need a J. I soaked our J over here.
Yeah. You want to smoke that Bud Light joint, bro.
Yeah, the Bud Light. That might be a product.
Soaked in Bud Light, take you to a whole nother plane, baby.
But my point was like that. It was really fucking. It was a really crazy feeling because I'm sitting here. I got everything I want in my whole life. Like this, like this is all I wanted. This shit that we got now, and I'm sitting there waking up miserable for days, and I'm like, so talk about not being. Like looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? You know what I mean? Like you're being a pussy type shit. Yeah. And I would do that. I would feel that way for a long time. But my point is, that's what, when you talk about me looking happy, I went through it, dog. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is, I changed my life. I'm still partying and doing, like, for me, it's right. It's like I feel like partying is part of my work. It really does, bro. I come in, I literally come in. I'll talk about some shit that just happened, make it a whole song, and then I execute it over the next few days. You know what I mean? But I get the ideas a lot when I'm on a wave. Yeah. So for me,
fucking miss that, bro.
I don't mean to. Fucking say. I know you've done that, but dude, I changed my input. I stopped. I started reading every day. I started. All like things that you'd kind of be embarrassed to be reading, like, dude, self-help, like, nah, bro. I like went and dove in on my perspective of life was fucked up. It was not good. It was very bubble, me, like, oh my God, like, who gives a fuck? Listen, if any of that shit, if none of that, like, if I didn't go through all that pain and all the doubt, the personal doubt that I had, it wouldn't have drove me to go here. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my whole life. And Truly. it wouldn't have driven me here if I didn't feel that shitty. So my point is, the point of this whole podcast is to basically highlight that, like, every single thing, if you can buy into this ideology, I've been saying it a lot though, but I did it. And the reason I'm so passionate is because it worked. I feel it. I bought into the concept that, like, dude, no matter what, don't resist what's happening. Just understand it. Absorb the pain. Use it. You're doing it. You're making 5 songs a day, you said. Yeah. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing right now. You got your friends. You feel, you know what I mean? All these good things are happening in your life, even though you lost something and it was really painful and there's a void, But you're filling it up now with better input. Now my input is way better because I had to fill a void that I cared about. It was wide open, you know what I mean? And I felt a hole, but I started filling it back up, but I was filling it with good shit. And like now, so many things have happened since then that would not have happened if I was still in that relationship. They just wouldn't. I know what would have happened. It would have been like, you know what I mean? And once, now the way I feel when I wake up, I'm like, dude, thank God for all that shit. I'm thankful as hell for it all. And I think you can be too. I think you will be. I think you're on that path. So many people give up before they get there. It's hard.
Yeah, this shit is
really hard. But you're doing it, bro. Like that's why
I'm getting a taste of my own medicine too, because I didn't listen to anyone for so fucking long. That
I mean, you gotta land there. You gotta land there yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I finally enjoy listening to someone else talk. Like I enjoy everything that she just said, man. And it also you kind of deliver it in a way that's more like easy for me to digest.
It's so relatable. Like, we're very similar relationships.
Yeah.
High profile.
Yeah.
And we're like small town dudes, so it's like.
Are y'all cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all
cool?
We're
cool. We're cool. It's just not, I know I've seen the stuff online with you and her. And and there's a whole other, what people don't understand is like when you love, there's a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot. There's a lot of celebrities or people in the limelight who deal with going through fucking love and falling out of love and heartbreak and watching people's poor decisions getting displayed on the media and ran back and clickbaited all over it. Like, you're all over the fucking place, and you know that. And like, bro, I can't go on anything and see her doing the next thing. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But for me, bro, like that, once you're one day, just keep focused. Like what you said about your mom, like tell your kids, keep telling yourself every day, it's all gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? Because, dog, you're gonna land in a place. You might land. You're like, that's not the girl for you. You know what I mean?
No,
if you're gonna grow, maybe in some way she changes too. She goes through something and it's like, wow, you know, who knows? All I'm saying is like, bro, what you're doing is amazing. You're being really hard on yourself still, I could tell. You know what I mean? But you're just a fucking artist, bro. You feel shit. Like I fucking felt that shit too, bro. It hurts. It sucks. All I'm saying now is the way I feel. That's why when I like run up to you when I see you, I'm like, dude, let me tell you, like,
I know,
because I know you're just like a little behind. Like it happened to you more recently.
Yeah,
like mine happened later.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or happened previously. So that's why I run up to you, and then I wake up the next day. I'm like, I hope I wasn't being too aggressive with myself.
No, I thought about him every time, bro. I mean, like when I left your crib, the last time I was here, like I left, so I came with like Austin and like all that, and I was like, I had that talk with you. I was like, all right, I'm leaving, bro. I need to think about that real quick.
I love that.
It's like I'm gonna go drive my car.
I drove you right out of the party.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Thank God.
Thank God I'm over cool. Here, you want this? Yeah, come on, Foley, get that FaceTime. FaceTime, Foley, what's up?
Foley,
I do appreciate that, because
I just think you're a good fucking guy, bro. You know what I mean? And you know what? People grow in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm gonna after this, I'm texting you a bunch of shit, and like, if I'm gonna ask these guys, I send them shit, and then I'll like challenge them in like 4 days. I'll be like, what was chapter 2 about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I'm gonna
That's
text you and tell you to read this shit, because you're gonna be like, holy fuck. I'm telling you, bro. Have a mind that's open to anything and attached to nothing. Just be open. Like, okay, maybe that was just that part of my life. I'm gonna go on. Right now, I'm gonna be sober. You probably miss getting fucked up. Maybe in a year from now, though, maybe really, dude, you just don't know. Like, you just don't know where I know my mind feels way different than it did even just a year ago, you know? So like, all I'm saying is, when you go through, like, you're in such a shock, like your body, like, think about it. You've gone 10 years of the opposite. Now you're in shock, but you say it yourself, you look the best you've looked, I think, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And how do you feel when you wake up and shit? Like, what's, you know what I mean? I know there's sadness from what's going on, and it's tough. And you're very open about it, you know what I mean? That's why I'm always writing you and shit.
That's the only way for me to kind of get back to the center. I think I go about 5 days, doing like really well. It's pretty much when I leave AA. I leave AA.
You feel your best after you leave AA?
Yeah. I feel great.
Why don't you go every day?
Because the one that I go to is very, very. It's the one that I go to that helps me feel this way. I go to other ones, but this one specifically is works for me wonders, because it's basically like, you learn something, like you read the book, and you read a chapter with everyone, and then you get through basically 3 minutes on like a fucking timer to just be as like self-deprecating and honest, and like find some kind of, like, for me, it kind of what I feel like when I wake up kind of is like, I feel like there's something in the center of my body, and like all my veins and everything are being pulled into that center to make this like rubber band ball. Like, that's this
like a knot in your stomach.
Yeah, it's like this visual that I have that and when I do this talking thing that I do, because like I go to therapy as well, but it doesn't work the same as this does, because I think I'm surrounded by people that I guess I just feel like they're actually like hearing me maybe more, because like I'm not talking to some dude who's like, I've got it all figured out.
Yeah.
And I leave that session, and I feel really great for a couple of days, and then something happens, you know.
Yep.
So like social media really like does fuck me over. Like, in the way, not fuck me over. I actually get like a lot of support from social media, but then at the same time,
I know exactly what you mean.
I really like I have like a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I am that dude who like can't like again like if I see something it like I go deep.
Fucks,
you know.
Yeah, it gets. Yeah. It's it's such a common thing.
And there's you know, I'm scared of my of not being able to control the narration of my story, you know, because I'm very heavily into being able to live a movie, you know.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, dude, you're doing fucking amazing, bro.
Thank you.
And like what I'm saying is like, dude, I'm wearing your shoes that you designed.
Yeah, I saw.
But like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta change what you're putting your worth on.
Right, and
it's a mind thing, bro. I'm telling you, it's.
Yeah.
I'm not even close to figured out.
Yeah.
I just know because I had these same thoughts and those.
I know,
that knot in my stomach. I had that knot in my stomach.
You know what it is, bro? It's like you're back at like the top of the fucking mountain. That's where I feel like right now.
Get there though.
I know, and I think I was standing up there for so long that I fucking skydived back down to the peak to the valleys, and I'm really, to be honest with you, man, I feel like I'm getting deeper into the valley, and like I really do. I am gonna take these things that we're talking about home with me today because like I am in a rough standstill because like there's a lot of
I could tell.
I don't want to say pressure or responsibility, but those two words kind of go hand in hand to like with not relapsing. And
dude, I just don't want you to do the same thing that you were doing before.
Right.
Because you don't like, I love, it's actually fucking amazing how much you care about your legacy and what you and what you're doing for other people. That's how, you're putting yourself in frantic states because you care that much. Yeah. What I'm saying is like, dude, you're such a good fucking guy, dog. You just gotta simple it back down. Yeah. You're a good fucking dude. And you're great. You're great at what you do. You're talented.
Thank you.
Super, like, you're out here fucking model bitches, bro. You grew up on a farm. Like,
I love you girls.
Where'd you grow up?
Minnesota, Corcoran, Minnesota.
Dude, all this shit you dreamed about, you're doing. Yeah. You can't lose perspective because it hurts, you know? I'm not preaching to you. I was doing the same thing. This is why I was looking at myself like, you're a bitch. Because I know where I grew up and I know what I'm doing now, and I shouldn't be unhappy because some girl I didn't know 3 years before this. I was doing just fine before that, and you were doing just fine before that. What I'm saying is, look, there's a cool analogy here because I was actually going to say something like this. You said you're even deeper in the valley. Sometimes, bro, I'm not taking credit for any of this. This is a lot of the shit I read and study. This guy Wayne Dyer talks about something like this, but sometimes, bro, you have to fall down, right? To then get down to a different perspective and be like, oh wait, there's a whole other route right here. You go down this way, all of a sudden you're up a mountain and you're looking down at where you were before. You thought that was the peak, but you wouldn't have ever been able to see that other avenue if you didn't fall all the way down. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can acknowledge you don't like the way you feel, but if you're like, yo, bro, I'm gonna find this next path. I am, and it's good. You don't know where it will be, but it's about that ideology, because then you stop worrying so much. It's just gonna be it's like a blind faith that you're on the path.
It is, bro.
It's a blind faith.
I just became religious for the first time again in my life since I got confirmed when I was a kid, and then I was like, fuck this, and I was talking the whole time to this guy with no face, you know. Just always, you know, that's what you do with the law of attraction and all that. Like, you do speak to someone, but I didn't have a face for it. And to be honest, like I loathed hearing people like get on stage when they won a Grammy and be like, I want to thank God. I like hated that, and now I feel a duty to pay my debt. Cause like that's, you know, that's the thing following me like every day. It's like I feel like I have 10 years of it's funny because my past is like the what I have to live right now. Right. You know, my past of all the things I've hid from myself in the world by not living in the present has made my past become a lot of the present that I have to live through. That's now crazy. Because I didn't live through it when I should have. That's crazy. So now, like, I don't even have a chance to look at the future. I'm literally living by the seat of my fucking chair, just like take the fucking wheel, God, like for real, bro.
Yeah. I feel you. I love it. I love that. I love how open you're being.
I feel like if you don't if you don't come to terms with the present and live in the moment, then you're gonna have to deal with your past in your present moments in the future. God, it's a turned around thinking. But so I think it's best to deal with things like head on now and find out, you know.
I love that. I love
find out the thing that you're. That's kind of what made me be able to do this right now, is find out what you're most scared of.
Yeah.
And run headfirst at it.
I love that you're doing it. I love it. I love it because I think.
And I don't want to talk like that. I want to be inspirational.
No,
that's
but
why
dude,
it's like,
dude, you're being.
That's why it's like.
Dude, this is inspirational.
Right, but in the old me would have. I would have been speaking,
Yeah, dude.
Speaking bullshit. Speaking the good word.
This is more inspirational.
But not my word.
It's more inspirational now.
I was speaking scripture, not my life.
Your truth, yeah.
You know?
But it's an amazing feeling. Like, dude, it's as much as it's really hard. It's like, that's why you're so emotional about it. Because it's like you probably feel more alive than you ever have. You're flying by the seat of your pants, bro. It's like, I just want you to change your perspective on it or work on it.
Yeah.
And just work on it and work on it and work on it. Because, dude, it's like this. All this shit. And I did it, bro. I did it. I swear to God, bro. I was going to sleep with affirmations playing in my ears.
Yeah, facts.
Literally, like, I'm on the perfect path. I'm happy. I'm healthy. All these things.
It's like my whole first book was just like that. Just
right.
Like those are the things that like, bro, I need to eat my words.
But dude, what I'm saying is, I've I like, everyone goes through different things, but I can relate to how you're feeling exactly. You know what I mean? Like that. Reason I'm saying the affirmations thing. That's how much I was like. I need to convince myself. I'm gonna work on myself.
Who really did it for you?
But like
speaking wise,
multiple people. Wayne Dyer is probably the main guy, but Deepak.
You said he was the like OG back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Like
I watch your podcast. What's up?
I'm gonna send you links though, and I just want you to live with them, bro, because they're gonna really help you. But like I just
called him the father of motivational speaking.
Yes, yeah, he's the father of motivation in like the '80s.
I dig that.
But he just had so many of the things that they just. Dude, I read them once, or I heard them once, and they stuck with me so much that I could sit here and have, like, it's not me who came up with any of these things. It's just like, they're the shit that I read, and I was like, oh my God, yes. And then as soon as, like, there's a little bit of brainwashing that needs to go on. Mm-hmm. And that's why I wanted to tell you about a little bit. That's why I brought up the affirmations. Do you understand? I'm sure you're into it a little bit, like the conscious and subconscious mind. Mm-hmm. So the conscious mind is like, being right here in the moment, like you're listening and you have to make decisions to have conversations back, and you're thinking about it and you're thinking about what I'm saying. And then there's the subconscious where it's like, dude, it's about like 7. I think scientifically, I'm gonna botch the numbers, but it's the majority of your day, your subconscious is in the driver's seat. Out of habit.
That's cool.
Out of habit, like 75%, like an alarming amount. Like when you're driving, you're like, yo, I don't even remember. I didn't think about anything, but I just drove for 45 minutes.
Fuck, yeah.
That's your subconscious. You know what I mean?
A whole state onto
but dude,
it, not even thinking.
There's a thing that's like reprogramming your subconscious. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna send you some of this shit, but that's what I was doing. And they say, do this for 30 days and you'll feel it. Mm-hmm. And I did it. But like, it wasn't like, 30 days. Like it just, all of a sudden, bro, like things start to happen, like good things start to flow because your subconscious it has no decision making. So it's whatever you're feeding it. I am happy. I am perfect. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. You're convincing it, but it's actually scientifically proven. Like your brain doesn't shut off when you're asleep. Where do you think your dreams? Like your subconscious is fucking rocking and rolling all night. So I'm literally like, I still now, like I still go to bed. Like I'm happier than I've ever been. I still do it because I believe in the actual functionality of reprogramming your subconscious because I did it. What I'm saying is your life, your shit is so different right now. You're feeling so different. You don't even feel like yourself. You know what I mean? It's about now making new habits for yourself, which you're doing, right? You've already done it 110th day, which is hard as fuck, by the way. I've never come close to doing anything like that. You know what I mean? So that itself is a huge step in the right direction. But it's just about like remolding, rewiring yourself. And look at it as like a fun thing. Look at it like that, bro. Like every day.
I need to head back down that highway soon. I mean, that was kind of like that was kind of who I was.
I know. Yeah.
You know, it was like
it still is.
Yeah. I mean, when you live in a state of inspiration, like it's you find happiness in everything. Like I would always just, I mean, I'm happy to fucking be here tatted on my stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd always. You
were way ahead of me in all this stuff.
And
so it's
like,
kind of
I would, yeah, right. And that,
you were.
But the thing is like the only reason that I could go that route is because something reached me. Like, and what you're saying right now is a part of that again, where it's like, okay, yeah, like that's definitely where, I'd love to revisit that highway not fucked up.
Yeah, dude, I was just gonna say, think about how different you are.
Because when I was Mr. Happy as fuck, which I'm not. I think there's just a phase 2 of me. I can't. The same things that I was saying last year aren't what I am even allowed to say right now, because I can't tell that.
Right.
So I'd like to go.
Dude, it's not about your narrative though. It's about you.
Right.
I just want you to.
And like right now, like I said, I'm trying to deal with all this, like, be a physical fucking thing.
Yeah.
Where I was before, no matter how fucked up I was spiritual as fuck, because I was just like living on a fucking ideology of just like this is the greatest day of your life. This is the greatest day of your fucking life. You woke up. This is the greatest day of your fucking life. You want to die? You want to be dead? Would you rather be dead? Would you trade it? Yo, you go to someone's funeral. Would you? Yeah. Okay. You want to be sad? Why? Would you rather trade not knowing this person?
I mean, dude,
would you rather never have known this person? Everyone's going to have a funeral. You got to go to the funeral. You fucking knew that person. Cheer up. Right? I mean, that's who I was every fucking day, in and out. And I went 10 years without telling someone that I was sad. I didn't say the word sad for 10 fucking years.
Wow.
I mean, I would be literally crying alone in a room and walk out and someone would say, how are you doing? I'd say, this is the greatest fucking day of my life. How are you doing, bro? Literally for 10 years, didn't say the word sad.
Crazy.
Didn't come out of my mouth.
Because I get it. That's the whole idea of like, you don't even allow it.
I was like a drug addict with happiness. I was hiding my sadness in the closet, like doing a line of fucking sadness.
Yeah.
And then come out and I'm happy now.
That's a lyric.
Dead ass. That was me. And like, luckily
that was
on
a hard
everything.
Lyric.
Thank you. I'm gonna remember that then. Luckily on everything, like my guy Rod, who's here right now, him and his bro, like have literally captured almost every fucking moment in my life for the last like 3 years, would you say? 2.5, 3 years. I mean, on tour with me when I'm like, literally, they find me crying in the fucking dark, in the venue by myself in a corner, bawling my fucking eyes out. You know what I'm saying? Fucked up on drugs, being like, I just had an entire like label come watch me, and I got up on stage, fucking blackout drunk, fell off stage type shit. Like they were like, they came up afterwards to just be like, I'm totally worried about you. You need to go to fucking rehab.
Really?
Like, and I'm like crying my eyes out and shit like that.
I was going to ask you what made you, do you remember the things that made you sad then? And they were stemming from your kind of personal shame of the drugs and stuff?
Well, my DNA, let's just say, is codependent on chaos, right? And I'm afraid of becoming what I would loathe and hate to become, which is like my father, right? I love you, Father. If you're out there watching, I do fucking love you. But I can't end up like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know for a fact, like the feeling I get making music, let's just say, like I could be happy sitting on the corner, playing a song on guitar, making change. I could. Like be happy, but I would never fucking want that. I want to be hugely successful because I want to crush all the things that would make me fall into suit of my DNA and not cross the fucking finish line.
Right.
I need to cross the fucking finish line.
Everyone feels that way.
Like
you're everyone, you know.
And like
that's a great fucking.
So every time a great way
to be,
I never felt anything but shame every time I did a line of cocaine, because I knew it was gonna kill me. From the fucking day I did it, I used to judge people so hard that did cocaine, and I tried it my first time, I think at 18, you know? And from that moment on, I was fucking addicted to cocaine, right? But it, like, we already spoke on this a little bit earlier, but I felt shame every time I did it. Every time I drank a fucking whiskey on stage, anything like that, I felt fucking shame because I knew that was exactly what would take me to.
Dude, you're becoming who you're supposed to be. Not everyone feels shame. That's why I asked, like, what made you sad? The reason, like, it sounds like the person deep down inside knows that that's not what you want. Like, it's not what you really want to be. It's not what you're really supposed to be.
Yes.
You know, so like that's where that shame's coming from. It's the shell of like what you're doing out here, but like you're so, you know,
right.
So now it's hard to figure out who you are. You're right in the fucking thick of it.
Yeah.
But you know it's gonna get better, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the way. You just have to believe it.
It is gonna get better.
You have to believe it.
It's just today is already better.
Dude, too many people so
many
people fucking love you, bro.
I really do feel it too. I really feel
I love you.
I love you too, bro. I love you too.
Dude, everyone loves you, bro. It's it ain't about like, it's just, you know, like you're really, if you at the micro level, if you were to just, everyone around you loves you. What the fuck is more important than that?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know? Yeah, it's hard, but like everyone here in their own head has their own fucking shit. It's, you know what I mean? Just a lot like.
And I would be fucked up and I'd have all these people around me that love me at a show, like doing a meet and greet, and I'll be fucked up, feeling the most shameful a human could feel. I'm hugging these people who are telling me that I fucking saved their life. And I'm like, not accepting it in any way. Never, until I got sober, I've never accepted a compliment from another human being.
Wow.
Except literally like Travis Barker, because he was one of my idols, you know? And I still can't believe him. If your idol ever tells you that you're good, my personality tells me to say that they're lying and they're no longer my idol. Because if you're my idol and you think I'm good at what I do, then I've thought my whole life that I am not fucking good enough. And if you put me up there with you, then fucking there's no way you're good enough anymore either. And like that was my mentality forever and ever.
Yeah, that's
and like I would literally just be like, someone would tell me that I saved their life, and I would just be like they just said I had a nice outfit on. Just totally meaningless to me. Not because I'm an asshole, but because I'm just like, stop lying to me.
Yeah.
Oh, you love me? Stop fucking lying to me. You don't fucking love me. And like, meanwhile, now I'm like understanding, like there's people who literally like, when they see I'm down are like, what can I fucking do for you? You know what I'm saying? Like I've believed in karma so heavily that like, I do understand where it's coming from. Cause I've done, you know, I send out a lot of money on PayPal every month to people that listen to me that need help.
It's amazing karma. And I see you do that.
These people, like, and that's all, you know, when I was fucked up doing that too, that was just asking to live longer. That was like, oh, if I do this fucking nice thing out the way, like, I'm just like, hey, can I live a little longer than it? Like paying, you know what I'm saying?
That's a cool way of looking at it.
And now, like, when I do these things, I'm like, I actually like think about these people and check in with them. Like, I want to write some of these people Christmas cards. Like, I want to like care. I want to really care. I'm going on live as much as I can on my phone when I go on, because I really just I want to know these people by fucking heart. Like, I don't want them, I want to comment at them first and say like, what up to you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been deluded for so fucking long, bro.
Dude, it's a great place that you're in. Like, it's really a fucking kind of awesome place to be. You're like, dude, you're like, yo, I want to catch up on what I've missed.
Yeah.
You know, and like you're kind of probably getting anxiety about it because you feel like you missed a lot. But like, dude, now you're gonna do it times 10. You get what I mean? Because you're like, you realize.
You know when people say to you like, yo, I really like, I miss your old shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, you must not know shit because this is the best song I ever made.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
My latest shit. Like, people are saying to me, like, when I'm previewing a song or whatever, or even I remember way too much, like, this reminds me of the old Mod. And like, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I have wanted since I've fucking popped off just a little bit at the beginning of my shit, I've wanted to be able to go back to that mindset so fucking bad. Like, dog, I couldn't write my old shit. Like, I don't care if it was better or worse. Those things that I said, I believed in.
Yeah.
I believed in those things.
That's what matters.
And I was different. And now I'm like, literally feel like exactly how I felt. Like, I do all my sessions alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, alone as fuck. And like, I just find myself just like weeping into the mic and
I've done it.
And forgetting time.
I've done it.
Forgetting time. Like, I know artists all feel that, like, forgetting time thing, but like, that's the only thing I have that makes me forget time.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I have.
I look at 10 hours
and
go by in here.
and I haven't put in all that I have into this shit. And now I'm like, finally feel like I am. Like when I go on tour again, fucking clean. And like, by the way, y'all all just saw me smoke weed. So like, just to clarify, like I still smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I was doing hard drugs and that, but just.
I mean, I think
I get.
I don't even know if people look at like how long are people gonna look at weed as a drug?
I don't know, but I get that shit every fucking day.
It's the best.
No, not to get weed. I get shit about it every day.
Oh,
like,
you get
like you're not fucking clean.
I said it's the best.
It's the best. Yeah, I get that shit every day too. No, that shit the best. No, but so anyways, not to throw it off.
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, bro, you gotta stop giving a fuck so much. Mm-hmm. Really, dude, you're stressing yourself out.
Heavily.
You're really impacting people positively. Not everyone's gonna fucking agree with everything you think. If you want to smoke weed, fucking smoke weed. In 10 days from now, if like I'm not even gonna say this. I'm not even gonna say it. But like,
I mean, I'm gonna try to. I haven't ever. I can't. I mean, I can't even think of, a time where. But I'm about to go 20 days without smoking weed to try it.
Oh, you want to try it?
Yeah.
So do
like
everything.
My sponsor is like, bro,
I was like, do everything you want to try, bro.
I'll be so proud of you to do that too. And so I'm gonna do it, bro.
Totally.
Do it. Not to be disrespectful, but I'm kind of on the like, do give a fuck.
No, I get it.
About what people say and everyone say. And even though that's fucked, I'm on some like, bro, like I can't do this by myself. Dude, I absolutely
everyone
can't.
Around you loves you.
I know, exactly.
Like, and they're gonna tell you how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is you can't put so much weight on fucking strangers' opinions of what you're doing.
Right.
Like you owe it to yourself, not to any of them. It's already enough of a gesture for you to reach out and try to document it and help people with their struggles.
Right. I hope it does.
You put in but like, I'm not saying you shouldn't care. That's giving you a purpose.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right.
I'm saying putting so much worth on the fact that if you let them down, like be worried about letting yourself down over them. Like, you know what I mean? It's I think it's stressing you out. It's like you said, it's the pressure.
It's fuck
you
yeah,
feel
bro.
You already have pressure.
I mean, and without the pressure though, I'll tell you right now, bro, I would have thrown in the towel like 10 times. Great. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you when I say like, dude, I would. The other day I was saying to my boys, like I would trade anything right now to be able to do 8 ball cocaine. I was like, I would trade the next week of my life, like erase it, like I would trade anything, like I just want it so fucking bad. And I'm like 100 some days in, and I'm just like, damn, bro, like this shit is not in your body, bro. Get out of it. And like I'm just like there's long-term damage done with me, like to the point that like I'm not only trying to rewire myself, I have to pull the plugs out. I'm not even just like soldering two things together. I'm literally like yank the shit out and then like reverse engineer everything inside your head. And like my head,
you can
bro,
do it,
I used to have a genie bottle inside my head. It used to be my dream of genie. Go inside my head. Beautiful. Fucking most beautiful place ever. Now it's like a fucking Marilyn Manson concert, bro. Mm-hmm. It's fucking dark and ravey in that bitch. Like the opposite of like, it's like, God, fuck this shit. Like, it's going crazy in there. And I'm just like, bruh, like you're fucking weirding me out. Like I'm myself weirding me out.
Right.
And then like,
no, but dude, it's super honest.
It's weird. Yeah.
It's super
weird.
honest.
It's
but bro,
weird.
You can do it. It's just a journey, man. It's going to be a journey. It's going to be a journey. But right now, think about it. What's your favorite thing to do on planet Earth? What's your favorite thing if you had to pick one?
Music.
You're making 5 songs a day, you just said.
Yeah. Oh man.
You get what I mean? Like it's putting you in this place for a reason. You might make this incredible. Like your music sounds amazing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
my album's gonna smack everybody.
I'm sure it is.
Great.
Just take your time with it. Make it the best you could. Just make it great. Like, bro, this is where classics get made.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah. There's all this like beauty and pain and shit.
There is. You just gotta, bro. You gotta come over here and sleep at the ranch some nights.
Yeah,
so we can have.
I know, bro.
Hearts.
I want to get in.
But bro, we gotta. You just gotta keep pushing, my guy. Let's do this. I want to see you do it. I think you're gonna do it.
You've helped me many times, bro. No, I mean, we had a conversation like this. When I started going through all this, at the very tip, bro.
I remember.
The very tip top.
At someone's apartment, right?
Yeah, we were at Austin's boys' apartment or some shit.
Yeah.
Lost in Vegas in the building. Winter Haven's in the building. JL websites in the building.
You got these
Macintosh.
These guys, half the guys been over to the ranch and got joined the festivities. But you guys need to come through, the other guys.
I know. It's squad. It's squad.
Mod can come and just watch us be idiots and play beer pong.
Honestly, it's like, I was having such a great time, like, going out, bro, at the first, like, for the first, I think 90 days, like I was going out on the reg. I was out, like, I saw you out. Yeah. I was out like probably more than you. I was out going out like every night, bro, because I was just like, like this is tight. Like I can just like chill and I don't even feel tempted. And then that all changed.
Mm-hmm. You started getting temptations.
Started just being like, fuck this. It was when I went to a wedding recently, and I was just like, yo, I would have so much fun if I was fucked up right now, but I'm like sitting there just like the dude I never wanted to be, just like in the corner, just like subconscious on full drive, just like I had to like leave. I had to get in my whip and drive back to Vegas.
Yeah, but there is
drive back from Vegas.
Like there is a potentiality, and I know you know this, and it might be frowned upon for me to even say to you, but like I think there's a real potentiality for you being able to party responsibly again at some point in your life.
I know. I like really deeply hope so.
And just work for that, because
like,
dude,
but like
I know you don't want to be that guy.
But if that does come to it, like basically from here on out for the rest of my life, like I need like not like a girlfriend thing, but like I need someone to make sure I don't fucking kill myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like the number one thing that like if people do go back into a lifestyle, and like, dude, I'm telling you, like, I don't know. Like my mom tells me, she's like, I don't know. I just had this feeling that you're just like never going to again. And like my dad, low key, like as fucked up as my dad always been, he always told me like one day you're gonna wake up and not want to do any of that shit. And I was like, how the fuck are you telling me this drunk at 9 a.m. on Thanksgiving, like burnt your eyebrows off from the fucking stovetop, you fuck? Wow. That's a true ass story. I'm like, how, sir, am I gonna one day wake up and not want to do this shit? And then like, honestly, like I just, that's what I'm praying for, is like when I pray now, like I'm really like end it with just like, please, like give me the strength, like to beat myself. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only person that like I'm against right now, because like by all means, like no one can control me. So if I ever wanted to do anything I wanted, like I'm gonna do it. So it's like, it's all about just being like, okay, I can't do this alone, so I need to tell someone what I'm going through. And like like hopefully, you know who's like a huge inspiration for me right now, like for the last 6 months, who's like really helped me? Fucking Young Thug. As funny as that sounds, really, this man, like he like taught me how to pray. Isn't that funny?
Really? Explain.
Yeah, he went on this like Instagram rant like 2 months ago where he like told the people what he prayed for. And he like was telling people that like, I pray for Gunna to really find himself in this music. I pray for Lil Baby to stop trying to like all this shit. And I was like, that was before I was like believing in God again. And I was like, why are you saying God? I really watched it like cringing, like, why are you fucking going God crazy? Like, bro, you talking about killing motherfuckers. Like, what are you doing? Right. And then like it hit me afterwards, like the power of prayer, like just believing that like there's a different thing that happens, I think, than thinking positive thoughts and attracting positive things. When you pray, you really like try to pray for other people as well. And I was so self-absorbed my whole life. The Secret, all that shit. You're at the motherfucking top of your list. Don't you ever play yourself. You are the star of your movie. All that shit's that's within me. It overrid my gratitude towards just the fact that like I'm the smallest person on this planet, not the biggest. Yeah. You know, I feel like that now.
It's back to that it's back to like just lessening that, not putting so much weight on your worth. You know what I mean?
What's your religion?
What's my religion?
Yeah.
I mean,
like where are you at in your life right now? Not even what's your
like I was raised Catholic, but very loosely. We didn't barely go to church, and it really wasn't a huge part of my life. Through this spiritual journey, I've definitely become, I'd call it more religious, I guess, because I definitely, I pray, and I definitely, God comes up in conversations like 100 times more than they used to.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about it like, oh, I'm becoming religious, if that makes any sense. But
Totally.
it is like I kind of tie God with like I think God is in all of us. You know what I mean? And I think the intuition that we have is Him talking to us. It's the feelings you have.
So too. I feel like this is hell.
Huh?
I feel like this is hell.
You feel like Earth is hell.
Yeah. I feel like this is the one place where you have all temptation. You can do whatever you want. You can also kill yourself at any point. You can take yourself out.
But you could also have everything.
Exactly. But you're given all the power to do evil.
I think
could like, bro, how do we trust our neighbors? Like, because like, you know what I'm saying? Like anyone could do anything at any time. How do all these people drive on the road all day? Like it's crazy. To get to destinations and all that. And it's like I feel like this is where you prove like that you don't belong in hell. Yeah. Like because if you follow like the shit or whatever, it says like, you know, like this is the land of like fallen angels and shit like that. And like I don't know. Like I feel like this is the one place where you're given the opportunity.
It's definitely a lot of temptation.
Yeah. Sure. And like yeah, it's beautiful, but this is like. This is by no means perfect. Everyone's trying to figure out a way to get out alive, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely not a. I mean, it's personally like you said. I think right now for you it feels like hell.
Yeah.
Because you just said inside your head is the world. Do you get what I mean? Like everyone's seeing their own version of.
Do you think that it gets better after this though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, dude, when I look outside, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the fucking grass growing, the fucking nature's working perfectly and effortlessly. It's not trying, but it's all beautiful and it's working. You don't tell your body. I liken like the world.
Damn, Mike a real hippie.
No, I'm just on
you
this
be looking at the grass, watching it grow. That's my G. I'm fucking with you, baby.
My guy. But what I'm saying is this: like, you can't tell me everything's working so perfectly, and then we live this very imperfect life here on Earth, and then our energy ends. We die, and we just go into the fucking ground. No, hell no. Energy transcends. We have no idea.
Seed.
We have no idea.
You can't bury.
We might be scared of something that's nothing to be scared about.
I definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like change.
Have you ever done DMT?
No, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been poking around with the idea for a little while.
But you only need to do that shit one time. Go to the other world one time.
I do really like the way I'm feeling right now. Like I had these intuitions to go do. I just recently did psychedelics. How long ago?
You were talking to me about
Joshua
it.
Tree.
Yeah.
It really did. It really was.
Did you go run around the desert?
Yeah.
Yes,
We
sir.
were fucking climbing mountains and
yes,
shit. Yes,
sir. Some of my finest hours of my life have been spent in the middle of that fucking desert.
It's a great desert.
I've walked on Desolation Road in that bitch.
Yeah, we had a great fucking time.
Spirit jumped into me one time when I was there. I came home and I could play guitar really well for 1 month. And I made that whole album with Blackberry called Hotel Motel.
That's insane.
In 1 month, and then the spirit left my body.
Are you serious?
And then I can't like, you can give me a guitar and I can like fuck around, but like I was dead ass really good for 1 month. And I felt the spirit jump inside me, and the name that I felt, this is the most fucked up shit. The name that I felt that was inside me, I typed it in Google, and that motherfucker died on my birthday.
That's the weirdest shit I've ever
Not
heard.
in 1987. He died on March 10th though, right? But he died on my birthday. He was like some fucking emperor. And I felt him wandering in the desert, and he jumped inside my fucking soul.
What the fuck was the name?
It was like Sal, like something. I can't remember, but it's a true fucking story. I was down there. I was shooting MGK's album cover with him. It might have been General Mission. Yeah, it was General Mission. I was creative directing all the photos and shit. And we went down there at like 7 a.m. and by like noon, we were fucking blasted, like completely fucked up. Like I wandered into the desert alone. I like broke his guitar, like all this shit, bro. I was wilding the fuck out, and I came back to him. I was like, bro, I gotta go. I was like, I gotta fucking go. There's a spirit inside me right now, and that's also the night that fucking knife story happened where he almost killed me. Yeah.
Oh, the MGK one?
Yeah.
Can you share?
Yeah. Kels is a knife freak, like a freak with knives. Him and then his drummers, like, they're like, when they get together, they like fucking go at each other, and they both play with knives, and we're all fucked up.
Bad combination.
Yeah, Kels was like this. Kels was like with a knife, and it was like dark. It's getting dark, and he's all like, "Modsun," he's like, "When you do drugs, you get all happy. When I do drugs, I get dark." And then he went like this, threw a knife up in the air, grabbed my face, like this, so I couldn't move. And I'm standing there like this, what the fuck? And then I like shake free and the knife comes down like right there. And I just fucking start dipping, bro. And him and Rook just start chasing me. We're gonna fucking catch you, motherfucker. And I'm running through the desert and shit. Like, and I had already been bit by a rattlesnake before. Like I had to get helicoptered out and anti-venom. So I'm like scared of the desert in that way. And I was like, bro, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And that spirit was in me though. And I was running. I was like, I know this desert. I was like, I know where these turns going. I saw my
what you guys what was it? DMT?
No, it's fucking 2CI, like really black market fucking drugs. Like 2CI is a weird drug. 2CI, 2CB. These are all like early 2000s like black market pharmacy drugs that like I experimented with way too much when I was in my band 4 Letter Lie. My bass player's sister was dating, who's a shaman by the way, who changed my fucking life, his sister. She was dating the one dude who owned the black market pharmacy that was like going around at that time. This is like fucking 2008 or something. And like she had all these experimental drugs, bro. And we would sit in his apartment and like try all this different shit.
You really did this shit. Like you did.
Beyond early too. Like I did DMT and why my book is called Did I Ever Wake Up is because I did DMT when I was 19 years old. I did it the way that a shaman, his sister, I did it the way that you do it when your life changes for the rest of your fucking life. Okay, you lay in a bed.
I'm really fascinated with this.
Okay, you lay in a bed. It's this little. I can just talk about it. Yeah, it's this little yellow powder, like tennis ball color, and put it in a bowl, and she's like, yo, I didn't know what the fuck it was. Never heard of this. This is before Netflix. This is before Joe Rogan was like talking about it. This is no one. I mean, she was like this. She offered me like this. She was like, yo, this is a once in a billion lifetime chance. Okay. No one's going to offer you this drug. You know, no one knows about this shit. This is like, what it does is it releases the chemical in your brain that gets released naturally when you're born and when you die, twice in your life. Okay? You smoke this shit, it's going to happen. She was like, I know where you're at right now because I've always been this like, this is when I became Modsun, by the way, right? So before that, I was kind of really, I was a punk. I had a horrible temper. I'd been in and out of fucking going to jails and all this shit, dealing drugs, all that shit. And she was like, I had already been on the secret shit, you know, and was like, no, I got it all figured out. Like, I just got to be positive, and like all this shit. And she's like, yo, I see where you're at right now. No one's ever going to offer you this shit. Here's your chance. And I was like, fuck it, let's go. And my bass player, he was like, I'd never done this shit. Like, I don't know, bro, like whatever. Right. And I was like, let's do it. So we go into this dark room, lay on a bed like this. And she's like, I'm going to hold this bowl up in front of you and you got to hit it until you pass out. She's like, hit it, hold it in. And immediately right away hit it. So I'm like, all right, where the fuck it? It looks like, first of all, I was in a bowl. That's probably why I did it. Wasn't no syringe, wasn't no fucking pill. It was a bowl. I was like, I'll do this. So fucking, she puts it up my face, again, go like that. And all of a sudden the air just goes like this. And I say, I'm good. And it goes, I'm good. Blast off. Blast the fuck off. Bro, blast off.
I feel like I was there. I feel like I just blasted off.
Blast off. Flying at the highest speed.
I've heard about this.
Flying like this. And I'm looking around and I see, like, this is the exact story I would have told you then as I'm telling now. This is not influenced by anyone else's DMT trip, but a lot of them are similar. I'm flying as fast as I fucking can, and to the side of me, it just clicks right there. Numbers are shaped, or life is shaped in numbers. That's it. Hello. This is the simplest place ever. That's all you fucking do. Look around. Everything is a shape or a number. That's it. So I'm seeing all the hieroglyphics and all the shapes and numbers, and everything just immediately makes sense. And I'm like, oh, that was life.
That's crazy.
I'm like, sick. That was life. Meanwhile, what happens is you're literally, so what they saw is me like this on a bed. Like not move, maybe going like this.
That's
and so I'm blasting off. And then I'm like, okay, cool. That's what life is. And then boom, I come to a stop. And there's a dentist chair that's like this, and like that, you know, those kind. And there's a fucking there's a lizard sitting on it. And I'm like 30 yards away. And I come to a stop and I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden my eyes go like this. Like I'm still standing there. But my eyes go to as close as you can get to this lizard that you see condensation come down the scale.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, holy shit, did I just kill myself? I'm like, this is crazy. I'm starting to remember I just did a drug. Oh,
you
fuck.
realized it in there.
I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, this is insane. And then, boom, I started flying again. And I see
so now you're like,
all the colors. And I start thinking, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I just fucking killed myself. Like, I just offed myself. And the first thing I thought was like, my mom's gonna be so disappointed in me.
That's so crazy you had those thoughts while you were...
I'm like, my mom is gonna be so disappointed in me. I'm a fucking statistic. Like, I did it. And I was like, all right. I was like, give me the fucking answers then. Yeah. Give me the fucking answers. And it goes like this, and it goes, okay, here's the first one.
So she didn't like really forewarn you, like, yo, this is gonna be insane.
No,
like,
there's no way to warn someone.
Fucked.
There's like no way. Even
but
what
now,
I'm telling you,
it was so
right
early.
now, you would be like, that was the most fluff piece ever because you can't even explain this shit. Okay? And like, it's like, all right, word, you want to know some answers? Here's the first fucking test so you can keep moving. And it's like, who were the last two people you saw? Your bass player, this dude who's my best fucking friend in the world, and his sister, this beautiful girl, shaman who just took me to this magical world, says, who do you want to spend your afterlife with? I'm like, I want to go with my best friend. Fuck beauty. Fuck having sex with this girl. Fuck like guy and a girl. I was like, I'm going to hang with my best friend for the rest of my life.
That's insane.
And it was like, ding, ding, ding. That's the right answer. Boom. Start flying again.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I go through a few other questions, which I'll skip to the end. The last thing that was like, was basically like, I fuck with you. You got a real soul, kid.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of what it said to me. And it was like, I'm going to send you back. I'm going to send you back with one fucking real gem here. And this fucking mouth drops from the sky into this black exterior and just this mouth, big lips and teeth. And every time it says a word, it comes down to the bottom of the screen and it says, in a world of more brilliance, words don't mean anything. Back to life. Come back, and I'm like, holy shit, I just fucking died. I died, like, but wait, I guess I'm in charge now. Like, I just woke back up. Like,
that's insane.
I'm in charge now.
That's insane.
And all of a sudden, I loved everything that I hated before. Loved everything I hated before. Like,
so
crying my eyes out, like, you know, like.
Wow.
And that moment right there, I quit my band. I looked at my homie. I was like, I'm quitting the band. And I started Modsun.
That story is insane. Have you ever told that like that?
Well, like the intro of my book, Did I Ever Wake Up? Which is the thing that changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I like, you know, I mean, like you have great Spotify monthly listeners, by the way. My shit ain't that popping yet. It's coming this year. But I don't make that much money off music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay the bills. I turn it all back in.
I feel you.
My book changed my life. Like, gave me everything. It's because I took what I took from that world. And, you know, the last page of that book says, in a world of more brilliance, words don't mean anything. And the beginning of it talks about you entering, welcome to your new life. Because Did I Ever Wake Up is essentially saying, like, I don't know if I came out of that bed. I don't know if I'm really still laying on that fucking bed.
Incredible.
Because ever since that day, my whole life has become an opus of mine. And before that, it was like I was going to be a burnout.
I mean, you went out and achieved, you fucking achieved so much since that moment.
At
But
100%.
Because that's,
like,
I mean, Joe, like, I was never into I would never think I would even do psychedelics. I was just like, I like the way my mind, but then I was
dude,
like,
I was scared. I was so scared, bro. At that point, I had only like done mushrooms one time, like lightly.
Yeah.
I was scared, but this girl felt like a shaman. She felt like she was delivered to me.
you could tell,
like,
yeah.
She was like, trust me.
It sounds like it was the fucking right play.
It was. I still believe in it. I just don't think that everyone should do it.
No.
Like, because you have to like really be committed to to wanting to live. See, why I also did it at that time was because like I had always wanted to be special, and this was like a 1 in a billion. Now it's like 1 in, you know, a couple thousand. When you could go out in a room and there's probably maybe someone else who's done ayahuasca or DMT. You know, back then it was like, bro, I'm gonna go for like a long time before anyone else that I meet has done this.
Right.
Period. So I was like, I'm special. I'm special.
Yeah.
It drove that into me, like,
right.
you know. So whether that was falsified by just the fact that I did something rare,
right.
But it made sense.
You
to
had
me.
that experience.
Yeah, it made sense to me, and like that's by the way, that's what one of the things why death has been such a big. As much as I was pro life always, you know, and talking about like enjoy your life, fucking life is awesome. Like usually, I'm sure you know, a lot of artists are based on like what kind of songs they make. So like if you look deeply at someone who's one-sided artist, which I was, I was making songs that if the beat sounded like you're on a beach, I was gonna rap about being on a beach. It was very one-sided. Usually those people are talking about the opposite of what they're going through. You know?
They're talking to themselves.
Yes. 100%.
Like they're trying. 100%. I do the same thing.
And that exactly.
Yeah.
You're telling yourself who you want to be, and that was from that moment on. I was like, I want to be a influence of like movement on dreams, stand under none. That's what Modsun means. I want to be that kid that says like,
it's a great fucking path, man.
Yeah.
You're trying to inspire people.
That's it.
And yeah, dude, you're going through peaks and valleys, and you feel hypocritical because you can't be happy. You know,
Quincy Jones said, if you spend enough time in the valleys, then the peaks will just take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where I'm holding on to right now, is just like as much as I hope I don't sound like I'm complaining, but as much as I'm talking about the right now, like I am very, very faithful that I've had it pretty fucking easy up until this point. Yeah. And that a little
dude,
a little failure and a little challenge is a sweet little taste after you get a victory.
It is.
You know, so
dude, it's gonna make the next that's kind of like it's with anything, you know, but like once you get out of it, but you went through the hard shit and then you feel great, you're just you know what I mean? It's so much better than when you were just, you know, after going through it, it makes the happiness even more fulfilling. You know what I mean? There was a comment. I'm gonna fuck. Who was it? It was Stephen Colbert and Anderson Cooper had a conversation, and they had both just lost their moms, and they both had big families, and like their brothers died young, some accidents and stuff. And he was basically saying that like he had this quote about like any act of God it was basically, I'm going to butcher how it was, the actual verbiage, but it basically saying everything is perfect. Even the worst things that happen to you, or every act of God is the way it's supposed to be. And he asked me, he's like, do you really feel that way?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, because he had a crazy answer. And he was just like, I do feel that way. Like, if you look at it, if you're approaching it like, dude, it's a fucking amazing that we're alive. It's amazing that we had the opportunity to have our mothers for as long as we did. It's really like there's not one human being that's ever existed that hasn't suffered terribly at one point. So he's basically saying, you can't just pick and choose what you're grateful for. If you're gonna be grateful, you have to be grateful for the bad parts too. You know what I mean? You can't pick and choose like, oh, I'm gonna be grateful for this, and then the next day when something bad happens, I can't be, you know what I mean? It's all like,
it's like being yes.
It was just,
you got to be like I always be thinking about this one thing, like what if there wasn't bullshit, like if there wasn't villains, what the fuck would a superhero do?
Right.
Like, you know, superheroes' happiest days when someone's doing something fucked up.
Yeah, this is the exact point.
It's like you gotta be like, all right, like the fucked up shit. That's my time to shine, baby.
It's all part of it. It's part of being human.
That's how I'm trying to feel again, bro. It's part about to be dead ass. Like I used to always be like that. Like every time something bad was happening, I was like, my time to shine.
But dude, you can't.
And then I've been sulking.
You can get back there. You were drawn to that for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got off track in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you're getting back on track. There's nothing wrong about diving back into that. You're in a whole different space with a whole new perspective. And it's really just trying to work on yourself. How can anything bad come from that? You know? But I just think if you can shift the ideology on it a little bit, like I get it, it's really hard. But so many amazing things have gone on in your life, you know? You really have went and done all the things you wanted to do. There's still things you want to do, obviously.
Yeah.
I think that's...
But no. All I ever... Dude, if I had a fucking little apartment with a bunch of skateboard decks on the wall, that was like my dream come true when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want my own apartment.
You've transcended all that shit, bro.
Maybe some vinyls in that bitch. Like, remember Hey Arnold's room?
Yeah.
I just wanted Hey Arnold's room. That's all I wanted in life. I was like, give me that shit. I'll be good to go, bro. That's why I listen to jazz to this day, deadass, because Hey Arnold was like coolest cat, bro.
What you're we didn't know we were gonna have this type of conversation, but it was fucking amazing.
I love that.
I really appreciate you being so honest.
Hell yeah.
What I want to talk a little bit about like what's next, what's going on.
Yeah. Full album mode, like fully. That's my whole entire focus. I don't think I've ever, like I said, bro. I feel like I've had it really easy, and like I've really figured out how to write a great fucking song. I'm sorry, not a great song. Like really fucking perfect fucking hits, bro.
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Amazing.
I know my formula, and I'm not saying a hit is by any means need to be washed down, because I don't think I could ever do that. But like just a hit to me is something ultra relatable, you know? And I've really realized that by being a one-sided artist too, I've been completely unrelatable. Very, very fortunate to have the fucking support that I do and do the numbers that I do, because it's literally for one, it's always been one thing, you know? And as inspirational and happy and all that has been,
your engagement's going up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Everything. I mean, I remember Way Too Much is the fastest song that I've had like growing, you know what I'm saying?
Music, yes, but like even just your overall like think about it. Like you had this fear of feeling fraudulent to your fans, and feeling like your narrative, you're not aligned with your narrative.
Yeah.
But think about it. You've been honest, and it's been the opposite of your narrative.
Totally opposite, bro. That's why I'm like it's
driving it though. Now it's picking up. It's picking up.
It's really putting wind in the sails. That's what the whole like grateful for shit that because I know that I needed a like reinvention of my entire life, not just my artistry, but dude, if you just, I mean, I was looking at it in a crazy way. I was the other day, I think yesterday, and I was just like, damn, there is like a famous thing that said that's like every artist, and I'm like, I've studied art my entire life, you know what I'm saying? Like art, and I think in a lot of different types of forms, but specifically painters in history have like been a huge thing to me. And every painter that's been phenomenally remembered in history was always behind this ideology that you need to reinvent yourself every 10 years artistically. And somehow it's kind of lining up for me like that. Like, it's very funny that my ideologies, my thoughts that I've held on to,
come true.
They really do like come to fruition. Not in the moment, but in some very like clandestine
think about what you just said.
Yeah.
Your thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, like all the thoughts you really held on to, they all come true. You just said it at some point.
Did, yeah.
So just that's what I'm trying to say in this whole thing. You know what I mean? Just get back, just like work on those thoughts, because you have it. You're already manifested all the things you wanted. You're getting them all. You know what I mean? It just feels shitty right now because you're fucking, you know what I mean? You went through it. But dog, I'm thankful for it, and you're gonna be thankful for it. I know you are.
I definitely feel like a better person.
You are. I can tell, bro.
You know, I feel like
you
more
have a way
honest.
warm. Your energy has always been warm, but
yeah,
you're just humbled.
Yeah,
it's good though. It's good to be humbled, bro.
No, 100%, bro. I mean, humble's a word, and maybe just maybe, I don't know, more comfortable. I think I was very like, I don't know. I mean, I wanted everyone else
you're like
to be,
you can rest a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so just embrace that
bro.
shit.
It's like that someone just said this to me the other day. They're like, bro, like, look at fucking sports, bro. Like, no matter how good you are, you got to take a water break. Like, it don't fucking matter, bro. Like, you think like you this like road to recovery is not gonna need no water breaks, bro. Like, you're gonna have to stop and be like, this shit fucking sucks. And that's why I'm like trying. Honestly, though, like the times that I feel really good, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be totally honest with you about this, which I don't know if a lot of people are comfortable to say, but like those numbers on social media like really fuck with me. You know, they really do.
You mean the people that you mean your
just like
likes and shit?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That always has. I've always wanted to. I always want to upgrade. My whole life has been upgrade. So like, if I did this yesterday, I want to do better than that today. I want to do that, and they fuck with me. You know, those ones specifically, and like plays on Spotify and shit like that. And I'm due to that. Like, I've been really pushing myself to post things that I think will intentionally not do as well as a picture of me with my shirt off, showing my tattoos and whatever.
Right.
Like, I really want to test myself now to get through that and just post this fucking honest look at me under my blanket, like with a flashlight on my phone, like, you know, and be like, I want this to not do good. I don't want this to do good because I need that experience of knowing that life isn't like, bro, like when my name's like fucking hot in the media, or maybe I did something in the media that I like, or like they're saying my side of the story. I've been blessed by like that bigger media because they have given me a platform to tell my fucking story, because in a lot of these things I'm going against things that can really fuck up my reputation, right. You know? And so there's a certain time that you need to protect that, and going up against what I'm going, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a very unweighted battle. So like the media has been very fucking nice to me. Now that being said, that motherfucker is gonna turn on me as quick as it can, and want my downfall. I mean, if they promote my sobriety, they're gonna promote my relapse twice as hard. Like, that's what you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying my best to do things that make me feel like a failure, I guess. I don't know, or feel like I failed. Feel like I'm not trying to keep up with my fucking self.
I think you're trying to prove to you want to prove to yourself that you can, that cannot matter to you.
Do you care about numbers like that?
No, man. No, I don't at all.
That's cool.
I mean, I barely post pictures of myself. Like, I don't know. Like, I have trouble talking to the phone. I feel like a fucking 12-year-old. Hey, man, I'm just in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not my fucking thing. Yeah, like
and subscribe. Put this at the beginning.
I mean, we
Hey, you never know, baby. Like and subscribe now.
We promote, but I mean, just the style, like, you know, my style about it. But
no,
really, I've been there. I cared. We talked about it some of these episodes. Like, I used to.
Pretty detrimental. You know what I was about to do?
It's whack.
You know what number I think fucks up people the most is that number that says like your profile views a week. I want to fucking paint. I'm gonna do this tonight. I'm gonna paint over my phone right here where it says that. Yeah, tonight I'm gonna do it.
But then it's gonna be stuck there on all the other screens.
I don't care. As long as I don't see that fucking number and think it means anything. Like, bro, I just want to hide those shits for myself. So like, you know what we gotta do? JL, we gotta make a merch item that's like a phone case cover that'll block your your numbers on everything.
You can block it on like your Twitter.
All right, Foley's in on this one. You get JL, you and Foley, man, brainstorm that shit.
Yeah, that's our exact creative process too.
Exactly.
I'll be talking about shit, people be like, Foley, that's a t-shirt.
Yell at shit to JL, bro. I sent him the most haggard looking text sometimes. JL is an angel for me, bro. Like, if y'all know JL websites,
you were talking about it. I could tell you're really excited. Like, you feel fulfilled with your friends and having your friends around and shit. It's been
fuck yeah.
I'm the same way.
I mean, they're like my son's like Lost in Vegas. He's about to drop a project at the end of this month that I produced 3 of the songs, or 5 on it, and mixed it with him, and was with them through the whole thing, and like. And the same Winter Havens right here, he's about to drop something. Like, I finally have like brothers, as much as I fucking give them shit and call Austin all these fucked up names sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He really is there for me, but those are the people I'm hardest on too.
Right.
So like, I finally really found people that understand me. Like, dude, JL tells me all the time, like, cause I'm notoriously known. You know, this is something that never would have shared with the public when I was prior to what I am right now. But I'm notoriously known on the phone for being a fucking asshole.
I can't even picture that.
Yo, JL, Vouch. You out there? Can I be? Am I like literally?
Jails.
Have you ever had someone talk meaner to you on the phone than me?
You can be an asshole, man.
Dude, that's shocking.
How many
to me.
days a week?
At least once.
At least once a week. And then you know what I do though? I call because I'm notoriously known for feeling fucking bad about it. Right? So like I always like I make up for it. You know what I'm saying? By words. I don't like go and fucking buy him a bouquet like, hey, you're cool, it's cool, right? I'm like, bro, like, you know, like I'm like my bad, like, bro, I just get worked up. Like, this is my life, bro. Like, you know, and then he's just like, Doug, I know you. Like, I actually know you.
Yeah.
I know you're going to call me and say this. Yeah. Like, it's all good, you know? And, like, Austin and Winter, they're, like, getting to know me on that level still. So, like, we go through shit where I isolate them for 2 days on the other side of the house.
Really?
I'm like, don't cross this fucking line. Dead ass. And I'll make it right before the fridge, too. So I'm like, shit.
Swing open the door.
Yeah, swear to God,
You'll never get
like,
this.
Like, bro, you wouldn't want to see.
You'll
me.
never get this.
But it's like, bro, I'm a shark. Like I'm a closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Winter's dad is like a huge, illustrious CEO, and he's probably been the one person that I've been taking like a lot of my gems from lately, only on the fact that he's like, there is a difference between great and CEO.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, you're a CEO. You got it. You just are. Like, you're a closer, you know? And I feel like that. I've always felt like that. Like, give me any job and, like, I'll start as the assistant and I will be at the top.
You get shit done, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of guys, you haven't had anything handed to you in the music at all. Nor have I, but, like, at the same time, you just, like, you're just getting shit done.
What's up? Self-made this motherfucker.
Exactly.
Self-made
At the
this
same time,
motherfucker.
we're doing-
Hey, what's your neck read, bro? We really are self-made. I'm talking about shit. Me and you really are. On everything.
I want you to remember this when you fucking next time you feel sad.
I know you see how much I perked up, bro, when I be talking to you. Now I'm all like,
That's what I mean.
heavenly. I'm back.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your neck, Reed?
really-
We really are self-made.
I really appreciate you coming. It was fucking.
Thank you.
This is the best.
Was it good?
Conversation. It was so good.
Because I feel like I've just been.
I was
like,
trying not
therapy.
to cry the whole time. I was like,
Yo, I feel like I'm getting good therapy right here. This is the good free therapy, bro. We can do
yeah.
that shit good.
Anytime, bro. Maybe honestly. I'll give you a little, add a little more pressure that like you need anymore. But you got, we'll come back and update us as things start to turn around.
Yeah.
After you start reading the things I force you to do, and then I'm gonna text you like a teacher, like.
Honestly,
and test you on
just maybe even just like let's just get together once a week, so I don't even have to read it. You just tell me because like I feel like you know what I hated about psychology and like I'm a psych minor because I just have studied it my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like really studied it and learned about it. But like all these things and positivity and motivation, like I don't like people with no hair on their head. Like I don't like old people when they're giving me advice. Like, I don't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't take advice from old cats that are like.
Well, you can't really connect.
It's just like, bro, you seem like a square. Like I don't know.
Yeah, there's also like
I don't like I've been.
It's a relatability.
I would say I've been in the area of motivational speaking for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Like especially since I dropped my book. Like I got an audio book out that's like. I mean, I get more compliments about that than I do my music until this fucking year. I remember way too much the first time people have been like, this song, you know what I'm saying? I'm very grateful, but like that whole realm, that's why I actually love watching your podcast because I know you're not putting on a front. Like all these other motherfuckers like that I watch that do like, you know, and this is, listen, The Secret changed my fucking life. Shout out Rhonda Burns, shout out all the people that are part of it. But like, I'm not gonna lie and say that I think that these people were raging and doing drugs and fucking having sex out here. Like, I don't think so. A lot of them seemed like they were fucking in college studying this shit. And I'm like, I get it. Thank you for opening up. But like, can I do it?
I get it.
Because like,
I get it. I get what you're
I'm
saying.
not in college. Like, I'm not trying to like go one route. Like, I'm trying to do this and do this.
Right.
Like, you're only doing this. You're only motivational all the fucking time.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to be motivational and make music and start a business.
Live that life.
And
live that life.
be a rock star. And like, you're kind of nerdy.
I totally get what you're saying.
And so that's why I appreciate when you talk because I'm like, okay, good. This is like a.
Well, you know that we have a lot very similar lifestyles.
Well, you're very
in many
smart
ways.
too, bro. I don't think you give yourself enough credit for not being able to just. There's one thing to read it, bro. Everyone can read it. Everyone can read it. It's a whole different thing to have the power within you, bro. Like you have something within you.
I needed it.
You have something within you that is more powerful than you yourself. And it's more just the fact that like you're able to utilize a space that most humans can't, which is like, I feel like you've been pretty fucking genuine with your whole journey.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Your whole fucking journey.
I know I am.
And I feel like when I see you out here partying and talking and flirting and doing whatever, bro, I see genuineness.
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing games. I've been a master manipulator. I've been all these things. Like I see genuineness from you, and that's a shining light, bro. That's a shining light to have a genuine attitude. And I'm sure all your friends will say this shit. Like I don't know. See, you're like, I can't picture you being mean. Well, like I'm Jekyll and Hyde. Like I feel like you contain a pretty fucking rational. I feel like you got a lot of shit figured out. Of course.
Yeah, I had a temper. I grew up in New England, and I would, like, it wasn't even about being angry so much, but if I was challenged, my ego,
Were you a fighter?
I used to fight a lot.
Oh!
Yeah.
Come on, tell us about the last time you had to knock someone out. Or the first time you got knocked out. Or the first time you got knocked out.
I got knocked out. I got my ass kicked in high school. Hockey kid fucking roughed me up in the lunchroom.
Oh, he got you? Was he older?
Yeah, because he kind of caught me like I was up against the lockers. And he kind of like used me like I was up against the boards. Like I got manhandled. He was a little stronger than me.
I
had hands. I could fight. You know what I mean? But he like roughed me up and bullied me and like he beat the fuck out of me.
Yo, he put hands on the face? He did it?
Oh yeah.
Did he knock you out?
It was mainly
knock you out?
No, I wasn't knocked out. I've been almost. I got my nose. So we were outside a club. This is right when Mike Stud was starting up a little. So around town, like most people were hating. And I'd be out. They'd be like, "Oh, Mike Stud." Like,
trust me, I know. The local hate comes before the love.
And I'd just be like, "What? Come out here!" Like that's how I do it. And I just be like, and at this exact time,
before the boy was gonna get the lawsuits.
Yeah. Oh, I got one. I'll tell you the story. But I had a fucking I'm outside and I'm like, these little kids, like two Spanish kids, like little guy comparatively to my, like we were big guys. And I was like, there's 7 of us. I was like, it's 2 of you guys. What are you guys doing? Like I was actually trying to be the peacemaker. I turned my head, I turned back, I didn't even see it. My nose like felt like it. I didn't even know what happened, right? But I turn and look. I feel blood streaming down. I turn and look into the car mirror. My nose is like
No, you broke that too?
My nose was like this.
Did it break?
Yeah, it was just completely broken, bro. And then
that's like
all
the
the
scariest fucking thing.
all the bouncers,
bro,
all the bouncers are running down big ass dudes from the club because they see the fight. Because right when that kid hit me, he got knocked out. But my dudes just smacked. Like they're all asleep in the street. So we had to run now. So like, dog, I looked in the mirror with the bouncers, like 75 yards away and closing fast. I cracked my nose.
Stop, dog.
Back into place. Like, look how clean it is. And I actually
it's clean because I would have never guessed you had a broken nose.
I talked to a doctor about it. Actually, I wasn't visiting the doctor's office. I was like at a party. And the story had come up, and he's like, "You broke that back into place?" And I was like, "Yeah, dog." He's like, "Dude, that's actually pretty dangerous."
Yeah, it's fucking dangerous, bro, and it's disgusting. Period. Yeah. I don't have it in me to do that shit.
It was bad,
I don't have it in me to do that shit. I probably would have started crying.
Blue, you were there, right?
I would have been like, "My beautiful nose."
When you snapped his nose back in place. Oh yeah.
You were there.
Stop saying it, bro. I can't hear that.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm really on a peaceful vibe, man.
I can tell.
I'm not. I still have that shit. It's in there still. Dude's like, I caught a dude trying to steal shit from the house that I kind of regarded as a friend. So I just took him outside.
Say his name.
I took him outside and just embarrassed him, but I didn't punch him. I was just slapping him. I was just slapping him, but like hard. It wasn't good.
Like, gave him the hands a little bit.
He army crawled out.
And you probably, bro, I can see you mad being pretty scary.
Yeah, I had hands when I was young. Not anymore.
I can see you get pretty scary,
They're retired.
I mean, I can get pretty scary, but then I can't take myself seriously. I'm like, what, motherfucker?
I didn't even, honestly, man, I didn't know that. I thought you were like,
I mean, we don't just lately, bro. I was Mr. Peaceful, like, dog.
I get it.
Except the phone shit, cause my business, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I tried to hide that. Like, also, like, yeah, like I have a great way. I had a great way of being like careful about what I ever shared. You know what I'm saying? I was very careful about it. And
are you feeling? I feel like you're gonna feel a lot lighter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, dude, I totally do. I feel like, I just feel free.
Right.
The most musically, like, I still have a lot to work on, obviously. Like,
we all do, sir.
yeah, certain issues, but like, is the part that feels the most like lightweight and free is the music part, because I feel like I don't have to just.
You don't have to cater to your narrative.
Yeah, I don't have to talk about just one thing anymore, because I finally like opened up, bro. I finally was vulnerable.
Yeah, it's gonna be the best.
I had a
made.
few moments in my musical history where I was vulnerable, and like I thought being vulnerable was just talking about the fact that my parents got divorced. Like I literally thought that was vulnerability. Like on an album 2 albums ago, I was like, yeah, man, I really fucking did it there. Like, and it's like now I'm making shit where I'm just like, oh my God, I've always wanted to be able to say this.
Yeah, I totally can relate to that.
Like I finally, like why I wrote books. Like I have 2 poetry books out, and my other book that I talked about, and a few other like journal things. Why I would always write that is because I knew that it was like, if this was my audience, like this much of that audience would be into my books, right? Like a smaller amount, and to those people I could be ultra weird, real, and be like very dark. And my writing, my poetry, there's nothing like bright and sunny about my poetry. There's really nothing bright and sunny about it. I mean, some of it might have like a happy ending or a funny twist to it, but all of it is really like all my paintings. I don't know if you've ever seen any of my paintings, but they're all dark. They're all dark, like monster looking, like my shoes. Like, I mean, it looks like bright and funny, but they're all like dark characters with horns and shit. And like, you know, as fun as they are, it's like, yeah. Yeah, like I've always expressed that there. So now being able to express it musically, like I have a song on my album that's for sure gonna be on. It's called like I Killed My Old Self. And it's all about like me just being as vulnerable as I can about what I like was hiding or what I hated about myself, and being like, that ends tonight. This is gonna
be your best stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I finally just got the name for it, and it's like,
what is it? Can you share or not yet?
It's called Uppers and Downers, and it's basically like it's gonna be 19 songs or 18 songs, I'm sorry, and it's 9 like more upbeat, right, major, 9 like major songs, right, and then like 9 minor songs. So it's a really cool like dichotomy where it's not like the songs that sound happy are about happiness. It's really like I was making a lot of really happier music when I was in my relationship, and since being out of my relationship, I've been making a lot of very introspective, real, right. Like I remember way too much was the last song that I made while in my relationship. It was like the very last thing on like almost the last fucking day, and that kind of started this whole newer thing that I've been making. That's the blessing though that's coming through the pain. Yeah, so it's like 9 right out the top, just like I got a song with G dropping. Me and Blackberry got one that we're gonna do. Great. These are all on your album. Yeah. Great. Yeah. The next single that I'm dropping is me and Jeezy. It's called Pump Fake. And it's fucking gnarly. Like it goes hard as shit. And yeah. So I'm really that's the thing I'm most excited about now that I have the narrative of it. Like right. I'm just like working my fucking hardest right now to finish it, which is very close. Like head down. Song away. I mean, think about what life has thrown at you to make. Do you like working at your house? I love it. Most? I love it. I'm getting damn near close to insane going over it. Like that's all I've ever done. Like I want something else. Oh, I want to do sessions with people so fucking bad, bro. It's crazy. Like that's all I want to do. Like it's yeah, I know. I got to. I need to. It's really weird. I was scared forever to do sessions with people. Really? Yeah. Like until this all these songs that I'm making for my album is the first time I felt like just me. Like I'm not trying to do nothing. I found me. Like my voice is my favorite singing voice. It's the best. You know, when I rap, it's not like trying to rap. Right. It's like really like melodic, and it's like music. I was good at rapping because I was a drummer. So like just initially like I can rap fast. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so that's kind of why I was doing rap, and I was surprised as fuck that rap worked for me. Like there is a chance that early on in my career, I got chosen by Rolling Stone to be one of the like 15 unsigned artists to be on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Wow.
And I came down to number 3, right? And I'm in like 4 issues of Rolling Stone. Like when I was only been doing Modsun for like 2 years or a year and a half.
Wow.
And if that wouldn't have happened, there's like a good chance I would have stopped rapping and
Right.
done like a different kind of music or something.
Right.
So it kind of just like became a continuation of doing that.
Push you further down the path.
And now it's just like, I think I'm singing, but everyone kind of considers it like rapping too still, which is funny. It's funny that people would consider like well,
rap's changed so much.
I know.
No one's rapping
It's really
anymore at
like
all.
rapping to me was like literally no melody. Like
Everything
if you
needs
had
melody.
melody in your raps, you were kind of singing, you know?
Everything's melody now.
Yeah, everything's melody, which is the world I love, bro.
Me too.
Because I'm obsessed, utterly obsessed with melodies. That's the only gift I think I have in this world is like
I mean,
an
words,
ear
with
full
words too.
of melody. Yeah, I've done so much studying of that I feel like I learned that, you know? I learned how to, I learned from my mentors, you know? And if anyone out there writing wise likes writing poetry, like Charles Bukowski, Jack Kerouac, Allen Ginsberg, like just start there. Ken Kesey, like these are people that were in like the beat movement or whatever. And like,
Can I'm not meaning to
Yeah,
cut you
no,
off. I need a poem hybrid painting for the crib.
oh bro, let me do it.
Yeah, I need it.
Oh, let me do it.
I'll pay top dollar for it.
Oh, bro, let me just do it. Let me bring it over here because there's
You
so
can
many
make
people
it
that
here.
come here. Yeah, I'll do that.
If you
There's
want.
yeah,
I know you do that. Like,
no. I do that
See you
mostly
doing
in
it
front of.
everywhere.
Yeah, I do that mostly in front of. That's like
Um,
the one thing I do love doing in front of people.
Need it.
Done.
Need it ASAP.
Done, bro. What's all this? So what are you working on? What are you about to do? I know you've been working for a long fucking time.
We going. I think we got some great records.
I know you
We've been
do.
working for a while. I'm gonna make a play. It's gonna be one of those scenarios where like we're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I've never gone for
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah, I know exactly
So
what
we're
you
gonna
mean.
go for it. But I've
Do
actually
you got the song
I'm
already?
getting it.
That's you.
We yeah. I mean the ones on the left are all the so I'm also not gonna be Mike Stead. I'm
I know.
Mike. I told you that.
No, I didn't know. Does everyone else know this, or is this?
Yeah, I've talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think we got a handful, man. It's gonna be interesting.
I know
Got
you
some
got.
records with Posty.
I mean, you're undeniably really good, bro. So
Thank you, bro.
I can't wait.
Likewise.
I love to hear when people are going for it. That's exactly where I'm at right now. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's just what you were saying about like creative freedom. I really am. I feel the
a
same.
lot of people give up by this point.
Yeah,
10 years in the game.
yeah. I mean,
That's a
I'm
full
going on my
career.
8th year.
Yeah, it's a full
It's
career.
crazy.
I mean, that's a real full career, like in music, to literally be like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is literally, I've always believed in like you're gonna pop off if you keep going. Like, I believe that about
You know what I mean?
everyone. About everyone.
That's a soundbite. The album's called "Keep Going."
Yes. Okay, that's so
like a
funny.
tattoo,
Like
like-
I feel like I've always felt like that. Like you're bound to. My idea of you is that you've like popped off because I know I've heard your fucking song on the radio in random bars around the fucking country.
Yeah, in some
and I know
capacities,
you've had great songs, but I can tell I already know what's coming with this. Like you are gonna
We're
go
gonna
big.
swing.
So take me on tour once you pop on the phone.
I'm down. I'm down, bro. You know I fuck with you, man.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. But things are in flow, bro. I think you're gonna get there. I just want you. I want you to keep your perspective on how amazing you're doing.
Yeah.
Overall, you know,
Yeah.
like it feels like shit right now, but dude, shit's rocking and rolling.
It is. It definitely.
Think about
is.
where you were, you know. So, everyone, all of my fans, I know after this conversation, if they've never listened or heard of you, they're going to be fans. So, check them out. You're on Instagram. What at Mod?
Yeah, MODSUN. Across the board.
Twitter.
On everything. Yeah. Yep. Please, yeah, dude. I fuck with social media right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to just like go back to the basics of it.
Yeah, and you're
Go
trying to
hand
connect.
in
Like you
hand.
said, you want to really connect with the people that are
Yeah,
helping.
bro. I mean, that's like my biggest. You know, one of the biggest things that keep me going right now too is just like I be in my bed just crying, reading messages people send me, and like, dude, it just helps
happens to
me
me,
so
too.
much. Yeah, it helps me so much, bro. It reminds me like that
it's
I've
dope,
done
though.
something, that I've really done something with my life. Like, you know, it reminds me.
You
of that.
have. You have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Fuck.
Remember me like this, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for doing it, and thank
Love
you
you.
for being so fucking
Keep
honest.
going.
Yeah,
Keep
you're a
going,
legend.
baby.
You gonna get that tatted.
Yeah,
Keep going.
I'll get that fucking tatted.
write it on you.
Say no more.
All
Done,
right,
bro. We'll
word.
do it on the next fucking time I come
Trying to
through.
get tats. We haven't.
Tattoo artist?
Yes.
We
That'll
need
come here. That'll come.
we need
here.
a house call ASAP.
I got the great, like, there's a spot on Melrose that I go to if you want to go somewhere. She'll shut down the shop for you and you can just smoke up in it. Otherwise, I have this dude that'll come over to your crib. It's fucking gnarly.
We'll figure that out.
And bro, this motherfucker, the dude that I fuck with, he's got the numbing cream, bro. You don't feel a fucking thing.
Oh, that's fire.
I just used it for the first time. I got all these fucking tattoos not knowing about numbing cream, but you really don't feel anything.
Wow.
It's fucking weird, bro.
I'm with that.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Anyways, keep going. I love you. Thank you for having me, bro. Like,
Thank
for
you,
real.
sir. That
I
was an
already feel
amazing
better.
combo.
I don't know if you can. I'm sure you'll be able to see, but my vibe totally changes throughout this. I'm feeling pretty groovy right now.
I love that. It makes me feel good. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
All right.